Back to our top story. We're continuing to follow breaking news out of Mar-a-Lago this afternoon. A man carrying a gas can and a shotgun onto the property has been identified as 21-year-old Austin Tucker Martin from North Carolina. Let's bring in former FBI special agent and SWAT team member Ren McEachern. Ren, welcome.
Thanks, Mike. Thanks to be on the show.
So with your background, where does your mind go after hearing what we've learned so far about this suspect and the incident at Mar-a-Lago?
Couple of things here. It sounds like the Secret Service, along with the Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, did an excellent job of stopping the threat. That's first and foremost. Thankfully, nobody hurt. Second of all, the weapon he used is kind of odd to me. Looks like to be a 12-gauge pump shotgun, holds 5 to 6 rounds. Very damaging. Could be, very lethal, of course, but not more like a semi-automatic rifle like we've seen used in the past. The use of gas, of course, is very concerning. Whether that's either to set buildings on fire or actually set himself on fire as a suicide attack, also very concerning. And lastly, I'll say just because the president wasn't there, there could be members of the family. And this is an attack on the residents. Before, right, we saw an attack at the campaign, or we saw an attack at a golf club. Now these people are attacking the actual personal residence of the president. It feels a little bit like it could be an escalation as well.
According to the Associated Press, the shooter was reported missing by his family several days ago. Is it safe to assume FBI agents have arrived at his family home in North Carolina to ask a lot more questions about him and his mental health?
Yeah, 100%. Right now, they are conducting or writing up search warrants, and then we'll be conducting search warrants without a doubt on the residents, doing interviews both of the family and the neighbors, and then looking at things like the phone, devices, search history, right? All the things, all the forensics, and also same with the vehicle. They'll be doing a search warrant for that vehicle to do a search of that as well. The biggest thing right now is, are there co-conspirators, right? Are there others involved? That's the big question.
Authorities say the suspect raised the shotgun to a shooting position. Is it possible he was doing this for suicide by cop?
Certainly, it's a possibility. We may not ever know that, but he's also dangerous, right? It could also be an assassination attempt or just to do a damage, but also could be suicide by cop. Obviously, anybody knows that they show up to that residence, raises a shotgun at authorities, is likely going to feel the heat of law enforcement. So we may not ever know the answer, but still concerning.
Since this was a target today, thank God the president was not there, but since it was a target today, would you expect federal authorities to take measures to tighten up Mar-a-Lago even further?
Yeah, anytime they have some sort of incident like this, they do after action and immediately will actually put up more security, not just at Mar-a-Lago, but other locations where he may be involved, along with other members of his cabinet, perhaps, and his family as well. And so, yes. And then they'll also look at the event, like maybe should that street be shut down? I know there's been some discussion on that public road being shut down going ahead. There'll be lots of assessments, but right now you can certainly expect security to be upped in all aspects of security for the president and his family.
Ren McEachern, grateful for your analysis today. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Mike.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every weekday at 12 p.m. Eastern, or set your DVR. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page for daily highlights.